Okay, we're looking at the D box. We're going to cut out at the 4-5 on the 4th string, the G string. And instead of going 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, we're going to take it one simple scale degree lower. So once you know this is a 7, you know it's a whole step to the open string. That's the rule. So let's see how that plays out in the next chart here. I have the modal scale numbers right here. Okay, and as it says, the optional cutout to start root from any string, you must, okay, that's a little stipulation, starting root from any string. But let's look at what we say over here. The root in the cutout is going to be the exact same. So it'll be root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3. Well, what's that 5, 6, 7 right there? That's the 5th string shape. Okay, that's the missing string shape right here that's missing in playaway. Watch this. Root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. What's missing? 5, 6, 7. The 5th string degree is missing. The 5th degree of the modal scale. Okay, so in Ionian that would be starting on G. Doesn't matter what string, what mode you want to play. You want to play Aeolian, 6, 7 root, the 5th of Aeolian. Let's look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be on the E. It's going to be the C string shape is going to be missing in this build. 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the playaways are missing the 5th, but when we do the modal cutout, we get the 5th underneath. And now this is the way I've been doing it. So let's say we have a build on the Mixolydian build. 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root is playaway, but 7 root and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the cutout. So it gives you the same, the cutout gives you the same string build on the top and bottom string. So you're going to have this Mr. Capo here, you know, so that you can do things like play this A shape. Okay, how do you remember what that string is? Oh, well, let's see. This top is 5, 6, 7, so I'm just going to count 3 down from that. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That's the D string shape, 2, 3, 4. Who wants to do that? Count backwards. The point is, we can figure that out. First of all, there's 2 easy ways. Okay? The one is that it's going to be the root minus the minus 3. Okay, so here's the root is 5, 6, 7. What's the root minus 3? Here's root. Remember, it doesn't matter where it is. Same note. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be on the D. So that's one way to look at it. It's simply going to be the 5th string, the 4th string shape of the top string. So string shape A, the 4th of A is D, so it's the D string shape. Or root plus, root is a root minus 3 or root plus 3? Root minus 3. So here's root. Here's the scale, 1, 2, 3. Down 3 scale members. Well, there's an even easier way. And that is, it's one less than the playaway build. So here's your playaway build. Okay, you're going to play half of the 4th string shape, and then you're going to be one less than the playaway build. So if it's supposed to go to 2, okay, then it's supposed to go to 2 goes to 3. It's 1 less than 3 to 2. So that's simply what it is, and that it's a wonderful way of looking at it. Again, let's look at those cutouts. It makes it so much easier. So here's your long pattern cutouts. Okay, and once again, with root, we have root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. Look at this string, 6, 7 root. It's just going to be shift the string shape over 1 to 5, 6, 7, and continue. So cut out, lose 1 there. You're losing 1 scale step there, because they're all a scale step apart. And then you're gaining it here by playing 1 less. So that's pretty much the gist of today's lesson, and it's very interesting. Now, looking at this little diagram here, we had this the other day. We're starting root. Okay, so we want to make it easy. We want to make it really easy, right? Let's see if I have that diagram. Here's our normal cage stuff, where we're not doing numbers, we're doing bass, the 5th string shape. Okay, according to this thing here, right? Bass, the 5th string shape. The next string shape is going to be that string shape minus 1. Notice C goes to D. Then we have this string shape, okay, plus 2. All right, so this, it may or may not work with the small pattern. So what we have to do is we go to the next pentatonic. So C goes to A. In the 3rd string, rather, next pentatonic would be C to D, right? C, D, E, G, A, pentatonic scale. C goes to D. That's next pentatonic on the 3rd string. 4th string is going to be next caged. So it's C goes to A. All right, that's in the word cage. C, A, G, E, D. What happens with the 5th string? The 5th string is the 4th string shape, so it's just C goes to E, because it's a circle of 5ths and string shapes, backwards circle of 4th. The 4th of C is E. Okay, that kind of thing. So we spent a little time on that. Now let's go on to the most recent chart here today, 347. Look at this stuff. Look at this. So this is skip every other string pattern. We're trying to find something easy. And the way it's going to work is, we got our bass string shape. We got string shape plus 3. String shape minus 1. String shape plus 2. Okay, string shape minus 2. And then string shape plus 1. This is string shape minus 2. And then string shape plus 1. So it goes string shape plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 minus 2 plus 1. Okay, and then the missing one is what? Plus 3. So once again, it's string shape plus, then minus 3. Let's say string shape plus 3. Okay, so root plus 3 is the 4th. Is a perfect 4th here. So it's root plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 minus 2 plus 1 minus 3 for that imaginary, because that's the 5th. Root minus 3. Okay, or count minus 3. And then, from minus 3 you just would. So if you had that minus 3 there, well, that's imaginary. Let's look at plus 2 on the 3rd string. So we have this D. The plus 2 is the 3rd, okay, of that. Let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3. That's the 4th string. Okay, the 4th string, all right, is root plus 2. So here's root. Add 2. The 4th string is G, and that's actually the 3rd. This is something good to look at. So root is the modal, is the mode. Okay, so let's look at the C box. Okay. Long. Cut out. Okay, so look at the C string shape. Now, we can look at chords. You know, the second is going to be the third or the middle member of the triad. So that's your easy chords. So it's like 3, 4, 5. Then the fourth string is going to be +2. So it's +2, +1, +2 right here. That's the third. It's the third of the Phrygian. Okay, so it didn't go up to C like that because the fifth of the Phrygian is missing there. Well, I don't know if it's missing there. It shouldn't be. Let's see, if we're on the Phrygian here, that's perhaps a couple of charts back. Let's look at that. See if we can get that, the long pattern. Okay, I think it's about like 2 charts back. Alright, here it is. So we look at the bass string shape, then we go to the fourth, then we go to the seventh. Okay, and it should say something about easy chords around here. I guess here's the easy chord. Easy chord 3, 5, 7. Okay, so the easy chord right here, we got bass string shape. The fourth string is going to be the easy chord third, and the fifth string is going to be the easy chord, the sixth of the modal. The second of the modal. We should have an easy chord fifth there. That would be with the cutouts. That would be with the cutouts. So it's right here. Okay, so here's your cutouts. So it would be the fifth string would be the easy chord fifth. Of course, you would have an easy chord third in play away, but then you'd go, instead of to that fifth on that cutout on that fifth string, you're going to be one scale member up. So that's going to be the easy chord sixth, really. But here's the fifth because we're one down from there. So that's pretty much what's going on with these charts that I've been working on lately. So if you like these videos, take a moment and like and subscribe and share my videos. And below the videos, there's instructions to access the Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos Facebook group page, where you can see the comments I've made and the static charts at fairly good resolution. So remember, you know, this whole thing is to make it all easier. You know, and so the difference, remember, we got the playaway patterns are simply pattern builds, whereas the long pattern cutouts, we're going to just have on the G string right here, and this is for every single one of them, it works. We're going to skip the last or the outer note of that G string shape, and we're going to pick it up over on the next string. And that's going to be essentially from the playaway, it's going to be one string shape left. Hey, that's it, folks. It really works if you practice it. So I'm sure you'll catch this, you know, if you practice it and keep watching the videos and review a little. Review some of the videos from the past. Hey, it's been a great night giving you all a lesson. I really enjoy and thank you for watching and for your time. And you have a great day. See you next time.